Hello, my name is JeromeJoyce, and I will be presenting an artist management case studies on Michael Jeffrey. Michael Frank Jeffrey was born in Peckham, London on March 4th, 1932. He died on March 5th, 1973 of a mild airplane collision over France. Michael Jeffrey's father settled the estate of Frank Jeffrey, and that's when a lot of unincorporated business practices became public. In October of 2006, a $15 million auction of Jeffrey's estate was held, which included the rights to Jimi Hendrix's hit songs. The family titled Jimi Hendrix, who came a company known as Experience of Hendrix, filed a lawsuit to claim rightful property of Jimi Hendrix. Michael Jeffrey, pictured his wife, actress Gillia French, was accused of murdering his artist Jimi Hendrix. Although Hendrix's official cause of death was from intoxications and inhaling and vomit, according to James Wright, one of Hendrix's roadies, in September of 1970, Michael Jeffries made a drunken confession of killing Hendrix, telling Wright that he had to do it. He didn't do it. Jimmy was going to leave, and Jimmy was worth more than him dead than alive. Jeffrey also stated he had taken a $2 million insurance policy out on Jimi Hendrix. Michael Jeffrey is most known for managing British band The Animals, who recorded on Columbia Records, and American guitarist and composer Jimi Hendrix, who was co-manager of Chas Chandler's former bass player, The Animals. Jeffrey started in the music entertainment industry as a nightclub owner in the northern part of England, known as Newcastle. He owned three notable clubs: the Mamba Cafe Bar, the Downtown Beat Jazz Club, and the highly celebrated Club A Go Go, which was numerously famous for playing acts from around the world. These acts ranged from such as Captain Beefheart, Cream, Fleetwood Mac, Hollow Worley, Jimi Hendrix, Pink Floyd, and the Rolling Stones. The Animals, formerly known as the Pagans, were originally discovered at the Downtown Beat before it burned down, where once housed band regulars that also recorded a song entitled Club A Go Go, which later became a bestseller. After the breakup of the Animals, which, as rumor caused by Jeffrey because of his impatience of funds, Chas Chandler, a former member, wanted to manage Jimi Hendrix, but came to his former manager Jeffrey for financial support with Hendrix. Chandler and Jeffrey both managed Hendrix for 30% of his earnings, plus 3% of his royalties, which is unusually high for an artist and manager relation. The manager also earned 50% of the recording revenue through a joint-owned publishing company. 2 years later, Chandler wanted out of the management agreement. He originally entitled after Chandler was bought out, Jeffrey was earning 40% of Hendrix's income. Hendrix was Jeffrey's only client and primary source of income. Jeffrey turned down greedy and started booking Jimmy on a rather intensive performing schedule, using his personal requirements as income. Jeffrey has also been accused of several of the experienced band members and clinging Hendrix income into offshore bank accounts. An artist has to be able to trust the manager. Trust that he or she is going to make decisions that are best for his or her career. Therefore, would have to think that if a manager has a higher rate of pay than would work higher, that doesn't apply when you are actually getting paid off the work of a talent or someone else. The manager will tend to work or slave for the artist, hard as Jeffrey did for Hendrix. It is much to learn from artist management relationship of Jimi Hendrix and Michael Jeffries. First, a manager shouldn't receive more than 15% of the earnings of the artist. This will help ensure that the manager is funding the right type of the gig for the artist. It also important that a manager grooms the artist's career so that the artist is at his or her highest earning potential. Because the manager helps shape the performance of the artist, the manager should receive royalties for a period of time. Secondly, as a manager, I will not attempt to own the artist's music or performance as Jimi Hendrix's manager Jeffrey did, keeping Hendrix's estate from claiming rights. Being fair as an artist is honestly the way of gaining their trust. Lastly, as a manager, I will not slave my artists with ridiculous schedules. This would only reduce the moral performance and reliability. When artists are under intensive pressure, they usually turn to alcohol and drug abuse to escape the reality. My artists won't have to perform as often as I groom them earning potential per gig. It's my job to make them worth more. I'm JeromeJoyce, and thank you for watching my artist management presentation.